Mize struck out 3, gave up 1 hit. 96 to Perez, who was with the Pirates last year as a backup to Jacob Stallings. Now he's in camp to try and back up new catcher Roberto Perez. Both hail from Puerto Rico. Michael Perez, kind of like Roberto Perez, known more for the glove than the bat. Michael hit a .143 with 7 homers.
Yeah, that would be interesting to have 2 Perez's behind the plate, one from the right side, one from the left.
Yeah. Pirates had claimed Michael Perez off waivers from the Tampa Bay Rays in October of 2020, and he goes down on strikes. So Alex Lang will now face Ke'Bryan Hayes, who struck out looking.
Well, had a fastball, change up, and then this curveball that just disappears. Uncomfortable at bat.
Now the first pitch strike. Toward right, it's Riley Green. 2 up, 2 down. See, left to right, there's team president Travis Williams. In the middle there, Ben Cherington, and Pirates owner Bob Nutting. Ben Cherington has done quite a job in a short time. Baseball Prospectus recently rated the Pirates farm system the very best in baseball. Baseball America has them ranked 3rd. Just about any website you check out has the Pirates in the top 5 universally.
Yeah, it's always fun coming down here to see the guys that you've heard so much about. Saw a few yesterday. We'll see more as spring training goes along, but we got 6 in the top 100 prospects. Whole bunch more that aren't in the top 100 that we'll probably see here in the next couple of years.
Two and one on Bryan Reynolds, who singled in the first.
'97.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Man, is that something?
He's 2 for 2.
That is something else. I mean, there's certain things that really good hitters can do that you just can't understand, and that's one of them. I mean, I'm just thinking that this is one of those guys that, I mean, he's firm. He's 95, 97. You know, like kind of a quick arm action. He threw a good changeup, and the breaking ball looks really sharp and late. And, you know, 2-2 backdoor breaking ball. Most people take it. They think it's outside. Bryan Reynolds smokes it up the middle. That's just doesn't make sense. He's just that good.
Here's Ben Gamel.
He just looks like a very uncomfortable at bat.
It's funny to hear you say that because I guess some guys you can't explain. They could just hit, and that's all there is to it.
It's really something
else.
else.
It's kind of as simple as that too, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like
he can just hit. You hear that a lot. This guy, he can just hit.
I mean, there was a few batters yesterday that got fooled on backdoor breaking balls that they just can't pull the trigger on. That pitch, I don't even think reaches back to the plate. I think it not only was it a backdoor breaking ball, I think it stays away, and he's on it like he knew it was coming.
Oh, that's cracked to center field by Ben Gamel. To the wall and gone. Ben Gamel, a 2-run homer. 2-0 Pirates after 2 outs. The single by Reynolds, the home run by Ben Gamel.
And Ben Gamel, his first at bat, you can see the first couple of pitches, maybe a little timing. Timing was a little bit off, late on a couple of pitches, and then he just missed the ball, hit it pretty good to right, but didn't get all of it. It's almost like, just like that, major league hitters are, hey, my timing's already back. High fastball, straightaway center.
Yoshi Tsutsugo pops this one up to center. It's Derek Hill who puts it away. So 2-out action. After Alex Lang got Michael Perez and Ke'Bryan Hayes, Reynolds singles, Gamel homers.
Muscle, something other than bone.
Here's Dwayne Underwood Jr. Facing Jonathan Scope.
The first pitch of the year looked like a good one. Outside corner, a little above the knee. Doesn't get the call. 4.33 ERA in his 72 2/3 innings.
A little over a year ago, the Pirates acquired Underwood from the Chicago Cubs. He ended up making 43 appearances for the Pirates last year. And the 73 innings for Dwayne Underwood led all major league relief pitchers last season.
97.
Well, he was leading anyway when he went down with a right shoulder injury in September, the last month of the year, but heavy workload for him.
And there's always, we talk about spin rate, and we talk about life through the zone, and I don't know, it could be my imagination, but just the 2 or 3 fastballs that he threw, it looked like it was like 10 miles per hour harder than last year. And it looks like it's just getting...
It's about free and easy again.
Yeah.
Wow, good pitch. Let's go to Robbie with David Bednar.
Yeah, I do have the Bucco closer here, former Mars Planet David Bednar. Second spring training here with the Buccos. How do you just assess where you are right now in terms of having an extended lockout and coming in and having to throw innings in a short spring?
It's definitely nice just to get back out here. But yeah, I mean, just it's nice to get back out here and actually outside throwing on dirt mounds, whereas up north it was kind of confined to indoor spaces. But it's nice to get outside and face some live batters.
You and your brother Will worked out together. Your father Andy, you have that mound at the house right there. What was it like trying to get ready in cold weather this winter?
It was nice. Thankfully, there's enough facilities up north that are gracious and let us work out there and throw there, and we were able to stay ready and be ready to roll.
Your first year in a Bucco uniform, we've seen the photos, we know your history in Pittsburgh, all that, but just to wear it, how do you describe that experience to do it for a full season, then become the closer of the team?
It's still surreal. I mean, it's still, every single time I walk in the stadium, it's just like, wow. I get to wear the uniform, get to wear all the Pirate stuff. It's like going to games as a kid. It still doesn't get old. So I'm just, trying to soak up every second of it.
What's it going to be like in terms of your ramp up, a high-end leverage guy in the bullpen to get ready between now and April 7th opening day? What's that process like? Give us an inside look.
Honestly, no different than any other time. Just whenever they tell me I'm throwing, I'm going to go out there and let it rip.
Okay, so much different than starters you'd see. Starters have to build up relievers. Just no matter what time frame you have, you're ready.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely an easier for the pen guys, just because we can just throw 1 or 2 innings and be good to go. Whereas starters have to take a little bit extra time and build up.
What do you make of this bullpen this year? Heath Hembry is going to be a late inning addition to you, Chris Stratton, Dwayne Underwood, a bunch of guys that are in the mix for that. What do you make of what you have here in 2022?
It's cool, man. It seems like a good group, and watching everybody throw so far, it's been awesome. And we got a lot of good arms, a lot of good bats out there, so it should be a fun year.
So you threw to a Gold Glove catcher last year in Jacob Stallings. Now you're throwing to another 2-time Gold Glove winner in Roberto Perez. What is that process like in adjusting to a new catcher?
We'll see. He's been awesome so far, very open, transparent, and they don't just hand Gold Gloves out. So definitely looking forward to working with him.
Family back home, anybody you want to say hello to? Mom Sue, Dad Andy, anybody else out there you want to say
hi? Mom, Dad, Casey, what's up? How we doing? Grandma is probably watching. How we doing? Go Bucks.
That's what we got. Inning over. Greg, Rock.
Thank you, Robbie. Thanks, David Bednar. 1-2-3 for Dwayne Underwood as we move along here to the bottom of the 4th inning. Bucks up 2-0 here in Bradenton, Florida.
I know this may look like a class.
Kids 14 and younger can join the Buckaroos Kids Club. It's presented by Chick-fil-A. Your Buckaroos get member-only benefits all season long. Get free and buy one, get one Pirates tickets, Chick-fil-A coupons, Pirates gear, and more. Free and paid membership options available. Sign up now. Pirates.com/Buckaroos. Jason Foley is now on the mound for Detroit. Let's see what we got here. Good breaking ball, didn't get the called strike. Yeah, next time. There we go. Jason Foley, third pitcher for the Tigers, faces Daniel Vogelbach, who walked his first time up.
He's probably wondering what's going on. They don't get fastballs by me. That short swing.
We're talking after the game. We had a post-game meeting, as we do after every telecast, to go over the things we can do better each telecast. But you pointed out the short swing of Nick Gonzalez was impressive.
Oh, yeah, that's another one. Short, compact, with power.
We'll see Nick Gonzalez next couple of innings. Vogelbach, Alford, O'Neill Cruz due up here for the Pirates. Bottom of the 4th. And our old buddy Steve Blass going to join us next inning. After all, we're in his booth. Least we could do is invite him to put on a headset.
Yep, no doubt. And he could still talk. He could still talk.
Three and two on Vogelbach.
All right. Foley tried the breaking ball. He got 2 fastballs past Vogelbach. And he's looking for it here. I have to assume he's going to get it. Let's just see if he can time it up.
Rounds it right side and out there in shallow right. 1 out. We also talked about that shift. John, you made a good point that if they do indeed ban the shift next year, have 2 infielders on each side. That maybe we don't know yet what's going to be, but it could preclude the defense from playing that man out in shallow right field. But as your point is, if they're going to ban the shift, okay, keep 2 on each side. But if you want to go out in the outfield grass, you should be able to do it.
I mean, there's no reason why.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think it eliminates the rover by just having 2 guys over there. I mean, there's going to be way too much room if you put that second baseman deep in the right. But you could still give yourself more range by playing deeper. But I think that eliminates the rover just by putting 2 infielders to each side of the bag.
Anthony Alford. What do you think about banning the shift, by the way?
I've always felt that that hitters should adjust to the shift and figure out a way to beat the shift. And I know the game has changed a lot now where you've got a lot more pull hitters and guys don't get on top of the ball the other way, and it's kind of where a lot of those swings have gone. But, obviously, I want more action also.
Yeah.
I want to see the ball and play more, and I don't know if banning the shift is going to do that or not. I mean, you might get some guys that like that soft line drive that Satsugo hit. That might become a hit, okay, because you don't have a guy in shallow right field. But, those to me, those are probably the only ones that you're going to notice, you know. And how often does that happen? Do you see a line drive caught in the outfield? You know, there's some ground balls that get caught out there.
Cruz just went down and lifts it to right, and O'Neill Cruz just effortless reaches down those long arms and lifts it over the right field wall. 3-0.
This guy has different kind of power. For a guy that tall, that long, to be able to hit the ball that hard, and this is a miss hit. You know, he got under it a little bit, maybe off the end of the bat. Yeah, you
he's
see
down
there?
on. Yeah. He finishes a swing on his
knee.
left knee.
Yep. But man, he can generate some power, and like you said, effortless. 2 springs ago, I remember him. He hit a ball out of here that it's not normal. It's different. There is definitely different power coming out of his bat than most.
The question Ben Cherington's going to get Derek Shelton. I don't know how quickly they'll make a decision, but you don't figure he's going to bring Shelton and Cherington are going to bring Cruz with them north, but it'll be before too long you'll see him in the big leagues. And there's the baseball. O'Neill Cruz, the home run, make it 3-0.
To me, it makes sense for him to play more in AAA. He hardly played in AAA, and 68 or so, I don't know, 70 games in AA.
Right.
Last year, and as we always know and we always talk about in spring training, you can't take spring training performance into account for anybody, hitter, pitcher.
Good or bad.
Mm-hmm. And so it just makes sense for O'Neill Cruz to just progress normally. Go get your AAA time, and you'll learn and experience things there, and get more seasoning before you get here regularly.
Rodolfo Castro struck out in the second. Ben Gamble homered in the third, and now O'Neill Cruz lifts one to the boardwalk to make it a 3-0 game. Jason Foley, the pitcher for the Tigers. To right field, and the catch made by Riley Green. Home run for O'Neill Cruz. All 6-7 of them down to get it. Another look. 3-0 Pirates. Chat with Steve Blass next. It is 3-0 Pirates here in Bradenton, and going to inning number 5. We'll see Hunter Stratton, not Chris Stratton, but Hunter Stratton, no relation, will be coming on to pitch. The regulars are the starters done for the day. See Daniel Vogelback, Ben Gamble, who homered, Brian Reynolds, 2 for 2. Pirates leading it 3-0. The home run for Gamble, and then O'Neill Cruz moments ago went deep. Let's go down to Robbie right now.
The 2021 All-Star starter, Brian Reynolds. Your son, Reese Scott, hanging out here, getting bigger. What's it like, dad life this past offseason?
Oh, it was great. Getting to have a lot of time at home. Maybe a little too much time. But, it was good to be able to spend a lot of time with family and see Reese get bigger and, be around all our friends and stuff. It was great.
You live in the Nashville area, so a lot of big leaguers live in Nashville in the off season. So what was your off season training like, and what were you doing to get yourself ready during a prolonged lockout?
I put a little weight room in my gym or in my garage. So I had a little garage gym, so I'd do that in the mornings. And then I'd mix up hitting. I went to a local high school in Nashville a lot and hit with somebody I've been hitting with a while, Brad Kuhn. Then I'd hit with my dad over at the high school and, just bounce around.
Yeah. So when you look at 2021, when you look back on it, what comes to mind when you just assess the year you put forth? It was one of the best in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it was a good year. I felt comfortable for, most of my time. So, it was good to look back at it, but also, put it in the rear view now and focus on, where we're at now and just looking forward to 22.
Okay. So I think many big leaguers would dream of having that year and say, hey, let's put that in the rear view, an all-star starter. What can you take from that, from the good of 2021, or do you really just scratch the whole thing and say, let's do it over again?
I mean, you don't scratch the whole thing, but you can go back and see what things worked for me, what thoughts worked for me at the plate, what preparation worked for me and build on that. But, in terms of, celebrating it, we'll put that in the rear view and then use what I learned for this year.
Brian, there's a great photo, a photographer, as the first pitch was getting set to be thrown at Coors Field, the start of that All-Star game, with you standing right in center field. What was that moment like, standing out there with the greatest players in the world in this sport, saying, man, here I am?
Yeah, that was crazy. I've seen that picture. It's a really cool one. I'll show Reese when he understands it a little more. But, I can't ask for anything more than that. It's a dream come true. And something I'll definitely cherish, forever.
So Daz Cameron just hits a home run here. So when you look at your time between now and opening day, how many at-bats do you think you need, and what can you do to get yourself, in tip-top shape to be ready to rock and roll?
I don't have a specific number. Tends to take me just a little bit longer. But, that's just going to come with reps, getting my timing. So, when I'm not playing, I'll do some fastball machine, get some live at-bats off any pitchers we've got throwing. But there's plenty of time. There's plenty of time.
So John Wehner mentioned just you're a tough at-bat for guys. You get 2 hits today, pick up where you left off last season. What leads to that, when you just kind of pick right up and just keep getting hits?
I didn't know what to expect coming into today. We've had like 5 at-bats. So, I was just up there competing. I think that first little broken bat flare helped me out a little bit mentally. So, no special trick this early. Just going up there and just grinding it out. Unless you're Gamble, then you just hit homers. But just competing, really.
Yeah, that's all Gamble does, hit homers. Last question for you. When you see Mitch Keller, the guy averaged 97 today. He only hit 97 7 times last season. And when you see him, you add Jose Quintana to the mix and a couple other guys competing for spots. Back end of the bullpen is in good shape. What do you make of this team this year?
Yeah, I like it. We got a lot of good young players. Talking about Mitch, I faced him. He was the first guy I faced in live.
Okay.
And we didn't have a radar gun up or anything, but, he probably hit 100, and all his stuff looked electric. So I'm excited to see what he can do this year. And, like you said, pitching staff looks good. Hitters are going to hit. So, we just got to compete and grind it out.
Brian, thanks. Good luck this camp.
Thank you.
All right. Greg and Rock, special guest you have up there?
We do. I don't know if you've Steve, we're in his booth. We thank him once again for allowing us to broadcast from the Steve Blass radio booth.
You seem well behaved so far. You got a 3-1 lead. Yeah. Yep. You're doing fine. You guys are doing just fine.
How are you doing?
Even better than fine.
Yeah.
Yep. Feel like the bottom of a stove. Great.
I said to John, we didn't see you at all. We've been down here for a while. Didn't see you at all until you go out and shoot a 77. Now you show up, you're saying hi to everybody.
Well,
how's it going?
I wanted to announce that because everything else has been in the mid to high 90s. So, yeah, I want to, if you want to talk about golf, I'll talk about that day. Other than that, you're breaking up a little bit.
This never gets old, by the way, does it? Come to spring training?
You know, it really doesn't. We waited so long during the lockout, and everybody's discouraged and angry. And then you get out here, and there's something about the order of things. When you look down, you get here at 11 o'clock in the morning, and there's BP one team, and then the other team, and then they groom the field. That sense of order, dependability, I don't know. It just feels right.
Everything's right. Kind of when those seagulls appear, that little island.
Yeah, on Route 64 going out the interstate. Yeah. If you got all those white birds in that area, then the world's in decent shape. Now, those white birds got a little more work to do to get the world right. But a lot more work. But it feels good to look down on this field, and you know it's still baseball. All the things that we whine and cry about it so many times, but you hear people cheering and you hear the crack of the bat, and it sounds kind of trite and everything, but at my age, I'm probably appreciating this kind of stuff a lot more, and couldn't wait to get here today. It just looks right, and you know, the baseball is here. Whether we win or lose, it's still baseball, and maybe we've gotten away from the winning and losing. I want our team to win, but it just looks so darn good. It's baseball. It does.
And it's finally back to normal. I mean, you figured last 2 years how crazy it's been. Now this is a little abnormal because of the lockout and everything else like that. But you were rambling on pretty good. Do you miss it? Do you miss doing
What'd
this?
you say just now? What'd you say, John?
He's rambling on pretty good.
Rambling on pretty good.
He hasn't missed
when you sit down and do a game in spring training, you ramble.
Yeah.
You ramble a lot, and it's all right. It's all part of it.
I just noticed that it's taken our boss 4 guys to replace you so far.
And they're all doing just fine.
They are.
It's like
great.
it's always been. When they play good, we sound good.
Yeah.
It never changes. It never changes. But it's great to be with you guys. And it's, I don't know, you get hooked on baseball, and the rest is details, I think, in the big picture.
Saw Jim Leland on the field before the game. Works for the Tigers, of course.
You know,
he asked who was here. I told him all the guys that were. He goes, "You got 4 guys?" I said, "Well, you know, we got to replace Blass." He said, "He ain't that good."
He's right. But John and I had a chance to go down and sit with him. The first thing we did is tell jokes that we rather than there was no baseball for 10 minutes. We had to get on the other side of the jokes, and so that's all good too. He's a delight to see. He's an absolute delight. But I'm so glad I'm here today. I really am.
Yeah. It's good to see you.
Yeah, well, it's all good.
Yep.
It's all good. It's wonderful.
A couple of home run balls given up by Hunter Stratton, who's in camp as a non-roster invite and was with AA and AAA Altoona and Indy last year to catch May. Steve, do you have time? Can you stick around for a little bit? Maybe another half hour?
I can give you another month.
Stick around.
I can.
Stick around when you don't have as much time.
Yeah, right. Just stop by when you got all this time, right?
It is the Friendly City, Bradenton, Florida. The friendly man, Steve Blass, with us.
You know, I was just thinking when you guys kindly asked me to come on about, we've talked about the stages of a spring training overall, but I mean from a player standpoint. And again, as I get older, I think back, there's so many names I don't know, but so there's a stage of spring training as a player when you're not going to be competing for a job.
Oh, yeah.
So that's one stage. And then you become a player who's competing for a job. And then you spend the rest of your years trying to hold on to that job. But when I was not competing, I got lucky. I was invited to the Major League camp when I was 18 years old.
Wow.
In fact, I pitched against Mickey Mantle when I was 18.
Whoa.
And only the laundry man in me knows how nervous I was. That actually happened. I walked him on 4 pitches. So that became kind of a trademark. Anyway.
You remember that, huh? You walked him on 4 pitches?
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
I'll remember it for the rest of my life. But when I wasn't competing, we had minor league spring training in Daytona Beach. So when the coach came in and said, Danny Murtaugh wants to see you, you're getting sent out. And you went in and you tried to act sad, but it was spring break up there. I'm 18, 19, 20 years old. I wasn't married yet. Oh, we're going to send you down, keep trying. Glad to have you here in camp. Thank you, Mr. Murtaugh. Thank you very much. But I'm a little bit late getting to the car.
Yeah, I was going to say, how fast could you get there in that car?
Spring break
at Daytona Beach.
When you're 19 years old. Back in those days, it was kind of interesting. But, I remember my first spring training. We shared a duplex with Jim Bunning out on the beach. And it was $350 for each of us for the month. $350 each.
Wow, that's what it costs a night now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're lucky.
Yeah. It wasn't a condo. What do they call it? A duplex. I'm sorry. Yeah. One building,
boy.
two bedroom apartments and that kind of thing. But just to be in a major league camp when you're 18 years old, you're just barely out of high school, and then competing when you found out you had a chance, you'd drive in every morning with other pitchers. Okay, what's this guy like? Is he hurt? Is he winding down? Is Bob Friend going to be all right? Is Vernon Law? Who else is? You do a roster check on the way in from the island to Lecom. It was McKechnie Field back then with Pirate City, and just go over the roster every single day when you know you got a chance. And it's a look back at a special time. The major leagues was great, but coming to spring training every year also was great.
I was a little worried about it getting started this year. I mean,
oh my goodness. Yeah, the sadness and the anger and the uncertainty, and then all of a sudden you flip a switch and say, all the machinery starts working, and it's probably organized chaos, but they get people here in time and get the fields ready, and you start playing. So that's all gone now. It's all now, regardless of who won and who lost. I'm going to play baseball again. John, I've got a question I wanted to ask you. I was thinking what I could say. What about the old cliches of not letting a pitcher stay in through the third time during a batting order? What is the philosophy of that? Because I'll tell you my standpoint first. My standpoint was, if I'm going through the lineup a third time, I think I got the advantage, because if I'm there for 3 rounds, I've been doing something pretty good, and I've learned about those hitters. But it's always been the contention that the batters have the advantage, so a lot of managers want to get the pitchers out of there and don't go through the lineup the third time.
Well, I think more than anything, the reasoning for that is the stats show that they struggle that third time through. The average goes up, the ERA goes up. For me as a hitter, I wanted that starter in there for my third at bat. I didn't want to see the bullpen, and so I was most comfortable because I knew what he had that day. I knew what kind of stuff he had. I felt that I had an advantage. That doesn't mean that you don't let them face you a third time. I mean, it seems like now it's only established guys that get the opportunity, like the Scherzers or the Kershaws.
That part of it sure has
You know
changed.
what I mean? But I think younger players aren't even given the opportunity anymore to see if they can get through it the third time, unless it's a lopsided game and they're shutting them out for 5 innings, but I know there are studies and statistics out there that say that, it's not going to be as good for you the third time through as the first 2.
I wonder if there are recent statistics, because back in the day when starters went deeper, that was kind of a different scenario. So maybe it'll never be resolved. But psychologically, if you feel like you got the advantage, whether you're a hitter or pitcher, you're on the right track.
And we do have commercials. Lead it 3-2, go to the 6th.